Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we'll uncover a growing storm involving Anna, Emma, Josslyn, and the dangerous web of secrets that threatens to unravel everything **** in the shadowy world where loyalty blurs into silence and protection becomes a form of betrayal. Anna finds herself at a terrifying crossroads. On the surface, her every action appears driven by maternal concern for Emma. But beneath that lies a secret darker than even Anna could have imagined. A secret she never intended to find but now cannot ignore. In her attempt to shield Emma from danger, Anna accidentally discovers the precarious role of another young woman, Josslyn, daughter of Carly, operating undercover on a mission sanctioned by the WSB. And suddenly, protecting Emma means walking the fine line between truth and destruction, a line Anna has walked before, but never with this much to lose. It began innocently enough. Emma had been getting close to Vaughn, a charming but mysterious man whose WSB ties raised red flags for Anna. She had her suspicions, especially as Vaughn's name kept surfacing in covert whispers around Port Charles. But when Anna began investigating Vaughn, she uncovered something that left her stunned. Josslyn, Carly's daughter, was not simply involved romantically with Vaughn, she was working directly with him. Not as a bystander, but as an active participant in an undercover sting targeting Professor Henry Dalton, a name long known in Anna's world as a rogue tech magnate whose innovations blurred ethical lines. The WSB had been monitoring Dalton's latest developments for months, and now it seemed they had brought Josslyn into the fold without Carly's knowledge or consent. What Anna discovered chilled her to the bone. Josslyn had been trained, hastily, insufficiently, and embedded into Dalton's circle under the guise of Vaughn's assistant. She was tasked with collecting intelligence on a rumored tech device that could decrypt nearly any government security system in the world. A device that, in the wrong hands, could destabilize not just the WSB, but global intelligence structures. Anna, hardened by decades in espionage, recognized the danger instantly. Josslyn was in far over her head. Yet no one, not Carly, not Jason, not even Sonny, seemed to know. Anna's dilemma deepened with every passing day. Vaughn, though competent, was not someone Anna trusted. He had secrets of his own, and his emotional attachment to Josslyn made him reckless. Anna considered confronting Carly, revealing everything. But the moment she envisioned Carly's face, not just the fury, but the devastation, she hesitated. To Carly, Josslyn was everything. Her pride. Her future. Her little girl who had already endured so much. And now Anna held the knowledge that Josslyn's life was dangling in a web of deceit, surrounded by people who would kill to protect their secrets. Torn between loyalty to Carly and her instincts to protect Emma, Anna tried to keep her distance, hoping the operation would end quickly and cleanly. But as time dragged on, new developments emerged that made silence feel like complicity. Dalton's movements became increasingly erratic. His circle tightened. Vaughn became harder to reach. And Josslyn, once vibrant and open, now walked with a nervous tension that Anna recognized all too well. She was being hunted, even if she didn't realize it yet. Meanwhile, Carly remained completely unaware. She saw Anna's concern as overstepping, dismissing her subtle warnings as paranoia. She believed her daughter was safe, focused on her internship, possibly exploring a new relationship. She had no idea that Josslyn had been seduced into the world of covert espionage, that her every move was calculated for surveillance, and that Vaughn, the man she thought was simply charming her daughter, was her handler. As Anna continued her investigation into Dalton's operations, her fears only grew. Dalton wasn't just building a tool. He was preparing to sell it to the highest bidder, a foreign entity with ties to WSB's most dangerous enemies. Josslyn was now a direct witness to his operations. She had already passed off files, planted bugs, and been invited to meetings where global security threats were casually discussed. She was no longer pretending to be involved. She was. The pressure built, and Anna's silence became a weapon turned inward. She began to falter in her own operations. Dante, who had been looped in quietly by Vaughn, urged caution. He agreed with Anna's instinct to protect Josslyn's identity but worried that the cover was starting to crumble. With Dalton's paranoia increasing, any misstep could lead to exposure and death. Still, Anna refused to break protocol. Her silence was both her armor and her prison. Each day, she told herself that keeping quiet was the only way to protect all of them. But she knew the truth: the longer she waited, the more likely it was that Carly would never forgive her. Then came the breaking point. Anna received a tip, a coded message traced to Vaughn's secure line. Asset compromised. Prepare for extraction. Josslyn had been made. Whether it was a slip on her part or a calculated betrayal within the WSB, it no longer mattered. Dalton knew. And if Dalton knew, the clock was ticking. Anna had a decision to make. Blow the operation, risk Carly's wrath, expose the WSB, or stay silent and risk Josslyn's life. That night, Anna stood outside Carly's house for nearly an hour, the letter she had written crumpled in her hand. She didn't knock. She didn't slide it under the door. She turned away. Some part of her still believed she could fix it without involving Carly, without igniting a firestorm that would burn every bridge she had left. But it was too late. Carly had already begun asking questions. She had noticed Josslyn's absences, her evasive answers. She had seen Vaughn leaving the house late one evening and something in her gut had twisted. When she cornered Anna at the Metro court and demanded to know what was going on, Anna flinched. She didn't lie. She simply said, "It's not my story to tell." But Carly was never one to accept silence as an answer. She launched her own search, digging into Vaughn's background, tapping old favors from Sonny, even confronting Dante. And when she found the truth, the files, the fake job offer, the WSB signatures, she didn't cry. She exploded. Her fury tore through Port Charles like a hurricane, directed at every person who had kept her in the dark. But most of all, at Anna. Because Carly didn't care about the chain of command, or operational security. She cared that her daughter had been placed in the crosshairs of a tech war, used as bait, and Anna, someone she had trusted, had said nothing. What happens next will redefine the relationships in Port Charles. Anna's silence, meant to protect, has become betrayal in Carly's eyes. Josslyn, injured during the extraction but alive, has seen the dark side of the agency she once believed in. Vaughn, demoted and under review, has vanished from town, leaving unanswered questions in his wake. And Emma, the girl Anna meant to protect above all else, now sees her mother as a stranger, someone who chose secrecy over trust. In the end, Anna must answer for more than silence. She must answer for the consequences of watching someone else's child walk into danger, believing that watching was enough. Port Charles may never forgive her. And worse, she may never forgive herself. Stay tuned for more General Hospital spoilers, as the fallout from Anna's decision sends shockwaves through every corner of this town. The truth is out. The mission is over. But the scars, those are just beginning to surface.